don't know.
Yeah, I think it's still.
I have to trust yours, man. Is that the place?
I think that's the place. But let's kind of hang back. We still got some time, so let's kind of hang back.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let's position ourselves.
maybe you would.
No, I think it's no.
I mean, here, this is kind of nice.
I think it's yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. Can I be on that side? I'm right-handed.
I was wondering, man. You know, like Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
In Ghostbusters.
She was in Ghostbusters. Wasn't she the
Yeah.
alien? Wasn't she an alien?
No, she was like the master of the key or something.
The master of
She
what?
was like the master of the key, and like she was wearing like this really beautiful, sexy dress.
What is that movie? What's the movie?
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
you know?
Ghostbusters.
And then like I was wondering, man, like you know, like in Exorcist, like when she gets possessed,
Yeah.
like she hovers on top of the bed.
She what?
She hovers, you know.
She hovers. What?
Hovers, you know, like
Hovers? You mean like
a dragonfly? You know, the dragonfly that is stable
over the ground?
over the ground.
Over the bed, though.
Yeah.
She's hovering over the bed.
Yeah, and like in both instances, man, you have like in The Exorcist, man, you have like this girl, like this little vomiting green skinned
Oh,
girl.
so you have seen it?
Yeah,
You did
see
see
this.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought like, I mean, I've seen it, but it feels like, is that really what exorcism is about?
I don't know, man. If it means like vomiting and
I
and
mean,
spinning your head, man.
I think that
Spinning your head twice and three times, I think. Like
It must
she spins
really-
her head.
Yeah, I
twice.
mean, that kind of exorcism, it feels like it's all just about, getting the devil out of the body, right? It's not about really. I mean, it means like there's something,
totally, man.
something bad has been inside, and if you can get rid of it, then you're good, right?
Yeah, like a doctor, you know.
Like a doctor, right? It's
Yeah.
like healing the sick,
Yeah.
right? And so, but I think that exorcism, it's not really like that. Like in Japan, like in like no drama. Do you know no drama?
Yeah. I know yes drama, but no drama, I'm not sure.
You never stop, man. You never stop.
Yeah, man.
It's just
It's like
ram.
fuck.
Like in no drama, it's exorcism is not so much about kind of getting some devil out of your body. It's more about like getting your mind cool with now, like the condition of whatever is the now. And so like in exorcism, like in exorcism in no drama, it's like the dude killed somebody at some place, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
location.
and he got killed at some place, which makes that place like pretty fucking powerful, right? You don't forget the place where you got killed. And so then the dude's dead, but he's totally attached to that place. So he's like haunted by that thing that he was when he was killed there, and he can't get loose from it, And so to me,
so even after death, you mean like there's like the attachment thing, like the Buddha thing, like you have to be stuck. Attachment, yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
It's like that kind of stuff, like the you-ness is kind of attached to that form. And so then when you're dead, you're not that anymore, your bones are in the ground, right? And so then you're totally attached to that form, and you can't let your, I don't know, soul or being or whatever kind of let go of it, right? You're just stuck. So, I mean, my feeling is that, that kind of idea of exorcism is not like there's something bad coming from the outside and you're like pure otherwise, like you're polluted, but rather you make that self, right? And you then become this total slave to that thing,
Maybe, but I cannot add anything to that.
So, I mean, my sense of like exorcism is like, if you're gonna, if an exorcism is really gonna work, then it's gonna be like, okay, the dude, whoever, whatever, has got to kind of somehow get loose of all of those cells that has accumulated over
The cells or the
life-
cells?
The selves.
Ah,
Selves.
okay.
You know, like you're a bunch of like we're working right now. You know, we're working. We got threads, right? Well, when I go home, I don't wear this, right?
Oh.
You know, when I go, I don't know, when I go out with my wife and we go, I don't know, to see
Dinner or
a
something?
movie
Yeah.
or right, bowling, whatever. I don't wear this. You know, then I'm something else. Then I'm like, you know, boyfriend.
The ball gown. The ball gown.
Boyfriend
ball gown
bowling.
mister.
Bowling boyfriend, right? You know, this is work stuff, right?
Mm.
And as we do it well.
Yeah.
You do it well.
Yeah.
You know, I respect. I think, like, yeah, it's, you know, Mr. G is in it.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, can't be attached to that because this job's going to end. You know that. I mean, every fucking job ends. I mean, every job I've ever had ends. You know?
Okay.
So, I mean, that maybe says more about me than about. But anyway, so if I hang on to being a box boy, right? If I hang on to being a bus driver, you know, that job only lasted for one day. But, you know, if I hang on to that, then how can I do something else? So I think exorcism is like, sweep it out, sweep away those cells.
Like you're making room for something new, maybe.
Yeah, becoming something new, you know, becoming something new, right? And that's the kind of liberation that we're looking for. So I would assume, you know.
So like the present, and then like if you go to like the past or the future, how does it work? If you can play around with the future and the past.
Whoa, look. What's that? Look at, there's two beetles.
Oh,
you see those beetles?
Yeah, the beetles.
Whoa,
Yes.
man.
Beautiful.
Whoa, watch out.
Oh.
Wow, they're so beautiful. Do you think we should just crush them? Just
No,
crush
I
them
don't
and put them
think
out of their
so.
misery?
I
mean,
don't think so,
you
yeah.
know.
But they're not even
fucking
sick. They're not even sick.
They're moving. You know? Look at that. Where are they going? What do you guys got to do? They're they're just dumb little objects.
Man, what are you talking about? Man, they can think, they can feel, man. Like it's like same as human beings, you know.
Really?
Same as a cat. Your cat can feel, right? Your cat can feel. Can it
True,
feel? Yeah,
true,
yeah.
yeah,
Why an
yeah.
insect couldn't feel? It's
Do you
the
think
same,
that?
fuck.
Do you, but
It's
do you
the
think?
fucking same,
Do you
like-
think that like an insect? Do you think an insect can talk? Do you think an insect knows about itself?
Talking, is it the end of the world talking? Is talking the end of the world, sir? Is talking the end of the world?
Yeah.
The cells in your body, do they talk? They help you to be living yourself.
But communicate. I think the cells in my body, I think that they kind of communicate. I think that they kind of, you know, let each other know maybe.
Yeah, so that amounts to feelings, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so there you go.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Because it's funny you say that, because it reminds me, I was watching, you know, YouTube. YouTube is like so much good shit.
So much
good
information,
shit
man.
on
So much
YouTube.
yeah, I agree
Man,
with
it's
you
like,
there.
who needs college? I mean, YouTube, baby. I mean, that's
Yeah,
really
man.
nice.
Yeah.
I saw these dudes on YouTube, and they
With
were.
the Pepsi experiment, you know? Diet Pepsi, man, and Mentos.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Actually, I
Did
did.
you?
Yeah.
Did you? What
Yeah.
happened?
It
happened to
blows
it?
up. It blows up and it makes some foam. And it's like so much pressure, man.
Is that-
so much pressure, man?
Is that foam? Is that foam like gooey or hard, or is it just like disappear like a kind of
It's
cotton
like
candy thing?
it's like a Coca-Cola bubbles when you shake it too
I see.
much.
So
But then you just need to
fuzzes.
yeah, it's like fuzzy.
Huh.
But then like when you put a Mentos, it like makes it without even having to shake it, man. That's amazing,
So
man.
it's like lazy fuzz.
yeah. You don't
lazy
even
fuzz.
shake it. Yeah.
Anyway, like on YouTube, I saw these dudes, and they call themselves speculative entomologists.
Oh, I see.
You know entomologists. You know
The
what
study
entomologists.
of Anton.
Not antoms.
No.
Not antoms.
No.
Bugs, man.
Ah, bugs, man. Okay.
So entomologists.
I thought it was wine.
Oh no, that's something else. That's winologist, right? Or what is it? What do they say in France?
Vinologist.
Vinologists.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was watching this YouTube, and he's like, this dude was talking kind of the same shit you were talking about, right? That insects, because they have senses, you know, they've got different senses than us. You know, we've got, what is it? Sight, sound, touch,
Flavor.
flavor, And some, anyway, we got like
And then, like,
5, right?
nose, right?
Nosing, smelling,
Nosing.
yeah. And so, but bugs, insects, different kind of insects, like those beetles, you know, they've got like
They
different
have so
stuff
many
going
eyes,
on.
man. They have
They
like
do.
maybe like 10 senses for sight.
And they've got like hair, tentacle things, antennae things
Yeah.
all over their body. And I've heard that they even hear sound with those little hairs and little holes in their arms, man.
Oh yeah, man.
And so
I believe you. I don't know, but
yeah, so these speculative entomologist dudes, they were saying that insects do have a kind of sense of self. Like this guy, he was talking about like insect ontology.
oh,
You know ontology, right?
it's the study of entente.
Entends, right. No, it's like selfness.
Ah, okay.
Like how being and selfness. And
So
so these guys were saying,
ontology and entology is different.
yeah, these are entomologists talking about insect ontology. So they're entomologist ontologists.
Okay.
That's like a real good business card.
Yeah.
You know, speculative entomologist ontologist.
So man, like I was thinking, like if you have like a time machine, man. So like if you have you put like a little egg of a time machine, and then you go to like a different location in time, and then you come back, man. Like the little egg is still a little egg, and then it doesn't fuck up anything in the time space continuum. No, the time space
continuum. Yes.
So like the egg is there, and then like it hatches somewhere else, and then the life of the bug happens, and then like when it comes back, it's like still the egg and the chicken, but then the chicken remains over there.
Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
So like you have both. When you can time travel with insects, like you can still be still and then still have a evolution.
Yeah, that'd be good too, because like part of the issue, like you said, with time travel is like if you are human, you get someplace and you start talking with other humans, or
and you kiss your mother,
or you kiss your mother, and then she falls in love with you, or you fall in love with her, and
Marty,
it's messy. But like an insect is born from an egg, like you said, and then it only usually lives for a short time, like maybe a few hours, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks. It's always a few, though. It's always a few.
Yeah.
You know, and so like an insect that was, you know, the kind of brief life, right? Very brief life. It wouldn't really probably have much of a chance to kind of fuck up the time space. What is it?
Continuum.
Continuum.
Yeah. But okay, it's debatable, but that's one theory, Because like I heard like like some kind of the butterfly effect, they say. So like it starts with a small little thing, and then you make a razor blade.
That's
like
kind of
a tornado.
Yeah, that's
but
kind
then,
of
like,
going against the whole thing, right? That like little tiny thing have a big effect on the time-space continuums.
Yeah, so like it's kind of contradicting itself as it goes along. So yeah, we have to accept that.
You know, it would be interesting though. Like if insects in the future they wanted to travel in time to somehow affect something, they could send, because on the one hand, usually insect maybe have a little influence. And people don't really pay attention to them, right? They kill them or run away from them, right? I mean, it's like fight or flight. It's always fight or flight with us, right?
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
And so if you had like a kind of like a little insect-commando, and you could then send the insect-commando back in time to achieve some little micro task. And then he wouldn't really be paying attention much.
Yeah, but Trump is working on that, I think, right now. Like you know, like the drone commandos, drone insect commandos.
Really?
I think,
Trump is doing that.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never
like
really thought about
the
that.
space wars, and then the space drone commandos, the drone commandos thing. I think I'm not sure.
Sometimes
it's DARPA,
DARPA. What is that? Defense Authorization Registration products
of America.
Of America. You have to. You don't say it right. America.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Like just I just saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, I that's what I thought about it too. I thought about, you know, that but just when you're talking, like a little insect-commando or drones. But drones, you know, drones can't think, right? Can they think? I thought that it was like programmed. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
Okay. Oh, what fucking A, man. We gotta. What time do you got?
Oh
shit. We've been standing here.
Still no battery, man.
Still no battery.
Yeah.
Well, I think my battery works now. We gotta go. Let's get.
It's okay.
check upstairs.
You have come to play. This field is your being. You know it well. Its patterns are your patterns. Its limits, your limits. Please sit. This game gives signs, marking how you play as you play. Play always changes, and we always play. You play with, amidst, and through yourselves. Entangled individuals, all lovely lies, each a breaking mirror, giving up a glimpse. Yourselves compete on this field. Which conquers which, making others enemies, allies, angels, animals. And the changing churn is what gives everything value. The beautifully brutal brevity. Play activates every reassemblage, every revolution, every resonation, every replication. Play plays, always already becoming. I will now gather and sort.
The perfectly round thing. You remember like the TV and there you go?
They will serve, perhaps as your adversaries, perhaps as your liberators, perhaps as enslavers, or friends, or executioners.
Plan something and then you fuck humanity. We see things as they are now, but we never see what exactly causes something
You
to
keep playing
make something do something.
and affect the chaos of the next.
You know. Or a cup, like I like cup, but I don't like the holder thing. It's like a long story. I just saw it on YouTube.
Together, the selves are readying to test you with terror and threat. Lost, you will become renewal. Respond to churn as churn.
check upstairs. Have you read this?
Yes, it's good.
Really? What's your favorite part?
Canto 3.
Canto 3. Let's take a look and see. Invocation of the combustive muses. The poet breathes, but not of sky's clear air, nor pleasant scents of fragrant flowers fair. The poet gasps in smoke and coughs out words, syllabic spasms, laughs, and blurts shape this shaking world. Thus forms emerge, insects swarm, transporting muses' smoky bursts from flames to inspirations, gifts that drift towards every poet's blistered lips. Thus wild muses, raging in your rattling cages, direct your beetles, moths, and worms to find my hidden cave, this mind that yearns to ignite in brevity's chaotic burn.
Good shit, right?
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Who is this? Well, this is Dante. Wow. I've never read this one. Huh. Is there other stuff good too?
Read this too.
Okay, let's give it a try. Part asleep to some degree, my dreams still showed me what to see. I believe a beetle, blue as sky, swore to serve me as my guide within the worlds the muses rule, where he had lived and been a mule for centuries of the future. For as his lessons all assured, the muses do not work in space, but rather time is their prime way to transport inspiration's gifts and bring about the worldly shifts to beauty and upheaval. As muses make all forms unstable, Poesius born without a goal, perfection's moment of no mold, or so by the beetle I was told, in a voice that sounded like a rock rubbed against a metal box. His words all flowed as lyrical clinks, each tone scratching at the brinks of meaning's incantation, of this world as expectation, that each breath proves connection of a self's perpetuation. He said, all is fabrication of all that's liberation, thus each form shapes its limit of the formlessness it isn't. Oh, interesting.
The next part too.
What's the next part about? This one? What's this one about?
It's about the cover picture.
Oh, about the cover picture. What is that? Like a hand? Huh. Like a hand with some kind of little cages hanging on it? Wow. Let's see. Beneath a left hand. Huh. Left hand. Beneath a left hand cast of copper, each muse congeals from a vapor that flows the absence in between what exists and what's unbeing. As a wad of condensed smoke, the muse is still too massed to float, until igniting as a flame, combusting fire of caging names, or combusting free of caging names. Thus, muse smoke soaks each time's potential with brevity's brute essential. It's a pretty good fucking book. When did you read it? Recently? You get
Yeah.
It looks almost new. Oh. Dante's Museum. Interesting. So it's a translation by Monkiefit. Huh. Is this for sale? Or you're just reading it?
I'm reading it.
Okay, well think about it. You've got lots of good, interesting shit here. Oh, the book was talking about insects. Recently I saw this video about this dude on YouTube, and he was talking about insects, like how do insects live? And yeah, it's good. It's good. Are you interested in seeing it? You want to see it?
Yep.
Sure? No pressure.
Show me.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So I saw it maybe 2 weeks ago, and let's see, what was it? Entomologist, ontologist. This is not the same one, but this looks like a little bit longer version. That's okay? You want to see? Okay, so let's watch this one. Okay. Let's see. See, this is a conference. Well, that was, I have to say, that was quite an interesting presentation by Professor Cassie Barnes. For me, the moving, or the kind of, I don't know, the transformative part was her description of what she calls the radical verb tense. And I really wish to you know, I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. And before the next presenter, who is Professor Theodore Dack.
Should I?
Oh yeah, you can go through.
Okay, because if I can I just it's
Sure.
okay,
Sure.
I hope I didn't.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Just attend.
Yeah, the Professor Theodore Dack, who seems to have abided or aboded in various locations, and claims that he is from Hershey, Ohio, Hershey, Pennsylvania.
It's not a claim per se.
So from Hershey and from Eugene, Oregon, but his research takes him to many different places.
Indeed.
And I think that I've been speaking without the microphone being actually on. Listen to the difference of that.
That does.
Technology insertion.
Yeah.
Today, Professor Dack will be speaking about. Professor Dack is a speculative entomologist, ontologist, and will be speaking today on the topic of specificist insect senses and individual ontology. And before, while Professor Dack is preparing his equipment and his notes for the presentation, I wish to just again welcome anyone who has just come in, that this is the third biennial conference of the Anarcho-Syndicalist Speculative Entomologist Society. 2 years ago, the conference was held in the Ramada Inn, in the I think it was called the Peacock Room. The carpeting, I still remember the carpeting. I have dreams about that carpeting sometimes. But today, I really wish to express my great appreciation and the appreciation of the organizers of Hase to the Mutualist Institute of Improvisational Theory for providing us with this venue for today's, or for these 3 days conference. Our presentation today is in like the most famous room of the Mutualist Institute, and this is the processing factory room. And as you can see, this wall has so much character of its own that this room is dubbed the Wall Room. So well, let me check. Professor Dack, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, at any time
Without.
I'm certainly ready to proceed if that is that's how it's going. Yes, sure, that'd be fine.
Yeah, I think that we're right on schedule, and right on schedule. And so, without further ado, let us please give our attention to Theodore Dack, who is a speculative entomologist ontologist, speaking on the topic of specificist insect senses, individual ontology.
Yes, thank you very much for that introduction, Professor Zara. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Professor Zara?
I'm sorry, actually, I forgot that I need to introduce myself as well. I am the moderator, and my name is Ishmael B. Zara, and I am an independent researcher in speculative entomology, specifying in beetles and small grubs. So thank you for reminding me, Professor Dack. Again, Professor Dack.
Yes, hello, thank you. And again, Professor Zara, thank you much for that introduction. I am Theodore Dack. If you insist upon it, you may call me Ted. Some people seem to want to call me Ted. And I'd really far prefer it if you called me Theodore. However, I'm not so particular as to let that inhibit the free exchange of ideas. You may call me Ted, but I would prefer Theodore. You may have noticed I do tend to get somewhat nervous in this setting, and unfortunately, as you may have noticed, my research took me to a tree canopy facility, and I had a slight incident, not a fall per se, but there's a certain gate latch that, in the latching process, I'm afraid I did injure my finger, and so that might. Specificist insect senses individual ontology. Every creature creates a world, and then its world creates that creature. The 5 human senses create our world of sights, sounds, tastes, smells, as well as felt surfaces and vibrations. Some human cultures include thought as a 6th sense because of how powerfully thought shapes the world that is experienced. I, for one, wholeheartedly agree with including thought as a sense. Human thought creates and shapes context and conditional values by filtering everything through each person's learned or processed understanding. Likewise, insect senses create and are created by their worlds. Human beings and insects create very different worlds, and thus, those worlds create a very different sense of self for each. The field of ontology examines the nature of being, reality, and self. Ontology studies how we know we exist and what we think that existence is. Just as ontology differs between human cultures, we can conclude that ontology radically differs by species. Because each species has very different modes for sensing and thinking about the world. I stand before you today as a speculative entomologist, ontologist. And to further refine my focus, I believe that ontology differs from individual to individual within a species. This specificity is particularly true within species that don't have the degrees of social norming that human enculturation causes, because insects have not developed so many standardized cultural norms such as learned/inherited languages, belief systems, cultural ethics, art. The list could continue infinitely, I suppose, if we begin to consider the various digital media sources that we engage in so frivolously and, to a point It seems not unreasonable to assume that any sense of self that an insect has is either highly individuated, isolated, and self-referential, or something radically different. For me, this radical difference is the most interesting concept and the one I want to consider and explore today. Just excuse me. If you have any questions, please make a note of them. Individuation versus individuation. Rather than individualization, I find that ontology is oriented around individualization. Let me restate that. Rather than being an individual, an insect is a individual. And I would define individual as a sense that is primarily entangled with others, with objects, with surroundings, and with actions. Rather than acting upon separate others, individuals experience a constant shifting entanglement with and as differences. As a result, individuals do not experience a stable or continuous self. Perhaps rather difficult for all of us to imagine as the human beings we are, but let us try. Rather, insect ontology consists of ever-shifting nuances of conditionality in relation to the changing others, objects, surrounding, and actions that they are entangled with/as. For example, a beetle doesn't sense itself picking up a leaf in the rain on a soft, muddy ground. A beetle is the entangled existence of the conditions and actions engaging the beetle. For as long as that dynamic of existence lasts, the beetle knows itself as a leaf-lifting, rain-wet, soft soil event and does not hold on to that brief entangled happening. Insects experience such involvement constantly, and that gives each insect a system sense. It's quite all right, thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. It is I. Perhaps I should apologize. I just wanted to make sure that.
It seemed important. I didn't.
It is rather important, and yes, thank you.
There's a chord.
Oh dear.
A chord.
Oh.
I don't know if that's
yes.
keeping it together. Okay.
Where was I? Well, I'm afraid I was a rather important moment.
I think you were at, thus rather than needing standardized. Is that it? Is that where you were?
I'll just pick it up from there then. For forming a cultural group, insects develop a swarm mind ontological sense, which is attentive to and urges/guides their immediate conditional involvement. I'm sorry, just I'm just gonna have a little. Is that all right?
True, certainly, yeah.
Is that I'm just want to regain my focus a little bit. I think if I stick to the text, I think we're. I don't think I will. I don't think I will have any problems. I don't think there's anything in this text that's particularly objectionable to me as a specificist. And so, dear colleagues, well, those of you who've worked with me, you know that public speaking is not my forte. So, and I do appreciate all of your patience under these rather, to be frank, somewhat somewhat strained circumstances. How does swarm mind individuality feel? To get a sense of how insects feel, we might compare swarm mind individuality to what human culture refers to as a calling. A calling is felt as an urge to an action or a certain specific involvement. The one called feels intimately entangled with a larger happening without needing to feel in control of outcomes. One's calling may appear irrational to others when evaluated by rational, objective, individualistically oriented measures. But objectivity always assumes that taking a position of non-involved and outside observation. I'm sorry.
No trouble.
I thought was there a certain...
I think it's the mic.
Okay, all right. I did. Excuse me. One's calling may appear rational to others when evaluated by rational, objective, individualistic-oriented measures, but objectivity always assumes that taking a position of non-involved and outside observation is superior to intimate involvement. In fact, objectivity is just as irrationally assumption-based as any other evaluation. I almost feel compelled to employ an expletive to describe the extent of my outrage with the notion that somehow being objective is superior to an intimate involvement. Could you, I'm just going to put those over. That's fine, there's no need to touch it. I think I may have poked it. Okay. Anarchist mutual aid perspective. For us here, particularly if we consider ourselves to be anarcho-syndicalists, I think these insect sense concepts of swarm mind, individuality, or calling might feel familiar to us. The anarchist model of mutual aid provides us with a point of contact for understanding insect ontology and gives us an insight into their sense of self. For anarchists, mutual aid feels like a fundamentally logical approach because it is situational, time-sensitive, direct, context-attentive, task-centered, and does not rely upon institutionalizing power in a leadership class which grants/gives permission for action. Based on an immediate and localized need for participation, mutual aid is taken. Similarly, through a swarm mind, insect culture responds in a total and non-generalized approach. An insect is not apart from a happening. An insect is a part of it. Either that is true and insects exhibit a degree of cultural sentience, or we must reduce mutual aid to an instinctual reaction that our human sentience superiority complex tries to distance us from. I'm just a little bit warm. If that's all right if I remove my jacket. I'll just set it over here. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It's not going to disturb the audio-visual equipment, I hope. Specificists unite. As you can likely tell, I am a specificist, and I believe As the poet Mon Kiefit has written, nothing general has ever occurred. To further undermine a focus on generalized standardizations, I wish to argue that the brevity of insect lifespans limits how much cultural standardization can occur for them. By extension, such brevity limits how much generalizations can develop within the groups, communities, which any particular insect is born within and lives as a member of. This might be a somewhat odd request as the moderator, but I think it's just sort of, given the nature of the discussion at hand, I would really be far more comfortable if I could have the text that you're looking at.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yes, because it's sort of.
Can I keep my my top notes? I can trim the top if you wish.
Well, just I would feel more comfortable if
you want the entire.
I would because I mean this is.
I'm sorry.
It's a little. It's quite a nuanced thing, and but just we live in this age where text just pours forth from the sky almost like a deluge, and you have this text and you're probably reading it, formulating your assumptions based on the text itself. And if that was what you wanted to do, I mean, I suppose you could have just stayed home and read the text, right? I mean, here I am. I'm just thinking that if
I have read the text. I've read the text, to prepare for
well,
this.
and I understand that, and I appreciate that.
But I fully understand that perhaps my attention to points that you make in the text are distracting for you. So I deeply apologize for causing some disturbance. Flow.
I mean, the extent of your apology is sort of making me feel rather apologetic at this point, which is
That was not my intent. My intent was not to play a game of.
Okay, no, I did. I certainly do not wish to say that was your intent. I just more to the point. Well, let us to draw upon the text. I mean, perhaps a bit of a sworn mind.
Okay.
I mean, with this. I mean, you sir, you seem to. Yes. Okay, yes. Thank you very much. As you can likely tell, I am a specificist, and I believe, I'm sorry, I think I've already read this. And I believe, as the poet Mon Kiefit has written, nothing general has ever occurred. To further undermine a focus on generalized standardizations, I wish to argue that the brevity of insect lifespans limits how much cultural standardization can occur for them. By extension, such brevity limits how much generalizations can develop within the groups/communities which any particular insect is born within and lives as a member of. Insects, that's the plural possessive, patterned behaviors have long been explained as instinctual. Insects are portrayed as non-thinking or non-sentient. Of course, human cultural norming creates a system through which cultural values, generalizations, and a sense of self can be informed, shared, reinforced, and adjusted. Lacking such group enculturation, the insect self possesses a radically non-generalizable value. Such specific attributes, I would not call them limitations, influence an insect's sense of self. Human thought is perhaps, almost certainly, incapable of understanding a purely non-generalized existence. This attribute is our limitation. We always compare, categorize, and contextualize. We likely cannot not do it. This human attribute largely makes us incapable of total focus on an exclusive present. At moments, intense levels of concentration briefly appear, such as in situations in extreme danger. saturated creative or physical involvement, if you'll forgive the rather crude euphemism, etc., etc. Usually reflection, comparison, evaluation, contextualization, etc. shape and influence human ontology. All of these elements of thought, the sixth sense of shaping the world, time, and self, this inescapable aspect of human thought makes my speculative urge perhaps drift dangerously close to imagination rather than strict speculation. You can have this text back now.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God.
But I, for one, am not afraid of getting a little muse smoke in my eyes. Insights can come into focus through the blurring lens of a tear. I'm not afraid of being wrong. Being wrong is a part of any speculator's specific ontology. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the end.
Wow, there's some weird tension happening there.
For sure. For sure. I think this was maybe edited from the one I saw before, because this, I never saw this stuff. This is really wild. Do you want to watch more?
Oh yes. More not TED Talk, please.
More, not TED Talk, yes. Okay, let's watch some more. More, not TED. More, not TED. More, not TED. More, not TED. Well, thank you very much, Professor Jack, for your presentation. I really admire how you soldiered through the entire thing and
Soldiered through.
were able to present us with very interesting ideas.
Soldiered through.
You passed me a note.
Interesting ideas, is it?
Do you
Interesting
wish,
ideas.
very interesting
Well,
ideas.
It perhaps indicates a paucity of your range of adjectives you have at your disposal. Generally, in my experience, when someone refers to ideas as interesting, perhaps it means they either had no strong impression or they completely disagree. How about that?
That is not my intent
Mr.
at
Zara.
all. My use of the word interesting is genuine. It's absolutely genuine. And you pass me this note that you say, I know who you are. The question mark is kind of runs off the page, but I assume that this is a question. I know who you are? This is a question. I know who you are?
That note was
What do you
intended
mean?
for you.
Do you not know? I know this is... Do you mean... Huh? So the I know who you are? This question?
I thought it might be more. I thought perhaps in a more private setting.
Huh. What are you showing me? What is this?
Sorry, please have a look.
Who is this?
Listen.
Who is this?
Perhaps everyone already knows what's going on.
Are you
just
insinuating that this is me?
the resemblance, the name?
I didn't see the name. I didn't see the name. I
Cassie,
understand.
Cassie. How did this guy? I mean, come on.
Please
Listen,
stay seated. We'll figure this out. And Professor Willard Frungust, we will get to your speech. There'll be let's take a
How
short
this guy get in here?
intermission.
I mean, come on.
Let's take
This
a
is an
short
outrage.
intermission. But let's deal with this. Let's deal with this in full transparency so that everybody can
Okay. Yes.
So
So
right now he has shown me a video of a person
That is
in
correct.
what appears to be
person.
a green
a
uniform.
person, yes. A
And-
person bearing
and
a
I
very
think
strong resemblance to you, sir.
I agree.
very strong resemblance to
I can
you.
see a degree of resemblance. You know.
And a person conducting an interrogation with a beetle.
Yeah, but this is, if you're insinuating that this is me, I have no idea what this is, where this is, who this...
Is that right?
This interrogator, as you
Well,
call him.
if I were a moderator at this conference,
Yes.
and also an interrogator of insects,
Oh.
I too would claim to have no knowledge of this video.
But genuine, all I can do is claim what it
Yes.
is that I feel is genuine.
That is all you can do.
I've never seen
That
this
is correct.
before. I understand that the person portrayed here looks similar to me. But by the same token, the person looks
And
different.
have you come to...
You know, the person, there's a beard. The person has a beard. I don't have a beard.
Well, beards
glasses
have
are
been known
different.
to be shaved.
True.
I mean,
all of these instances,
Cassie,
all of these
listen to
things.
this. Listen to this. This is outrageous.
Please,
He's drawing-
don't leave.
he's drawing this.
Please don't leave. I mean, you're the
We're
headline.
talking about beards.
Okay, so
beards. I mean,
please
somebody shave a
remain.
beard.
We'll figure this out. So what? I mean,
I'm just wondering why you're here.
I'm here because I am one of the organizers of this conference, and I have a deep passion for understanding insect culture in a respectful and
Okay, and then how does this
equal way.
video make you feel when you see this video?
This looks terrible. You know, this person has an insect in a tube, and it seems like
Precisely.
he's questioning the
Precisely.
insect.
Precisely.
I mean, I would not support this in the least. And I don't know who this is. I mean, this whole, it looks like some sort of military situation.
Yes, it does. Yes.
And
yes,
have
it
you
does.
seen this entire, how did you get this video? Where did this video come from?
I don't think I'm really inclined to share that information.
Well, I
with
think
you.
that you do. I mean, if
I
you're going
think,
to, if you're
you
going
know,
to flash this
well,
in
listen,
front of
you're
an audience,
here.
a public
You're here
space-
as a moderator.
Yeah, but I am moderating in total transparency. I am not here representing anything except for the anarcho-syndicalist speculative
Perhaps
entomology
a data
society.
collection. A data collection.
What do you mean a data collection?
And perhaps you're collecting data upon us. So perhaps
Well,
the
there's a
next
video
time.
being taken.
Well,
you know?
and this video, perhaps the next time I'll be in the tube with a microphone
The tube would have to be bigger.
stuck towards my head. Well, that's a very minor point. I'm sure you have plenty of tubes in your military installation. I'll probably be denied my medications.
But I mean, I think that you need to allow me to defend myself. You have defamed me, and so I think that you need to give me more context for where this video comes from. I honestly, openly, claim. Again, people don't have to believe me. I claim I have no knowledge of this. I don't know what this organization is here, where this uniform represents, anything. I grant you that this person looks like me, but you look like Matt Damon, right? You must admit you look like Matt Damon. Right? So if I pull a video
I find that
of Matt
comparison
Damon,
frankly offensive.
if I find a
I find it
clip
offensive
of
and irrelevant.
Matt Damon, riding on a horse, does that mean you are the person on the horse? Look at it from my perspective. You have besmirched my reputation in front of my colleagues. I have done nothing to you. I have merely introduced you and provide you with a venue to educate us about insect ontology, to which I genuinely feel that your presentation was very moving and interesting.
Interesting.
The individualist ideas are very, very interesting to me.
Okay.
So tell me, where did you get this video? Who gave you this video?
Well,
You owe that. to me.
okay, I'm not entirely sure either. I received this video by email.
And then you leap to the conclusion that I am the person.
I did not
in the
leap
video?
to any conclusions, Professor Zara. The name Zara is a rather unusual name.
True. It is an unusual.
And
But the name of the person.
I didn't really want to bring this confrontation to a head in this way.
Well, how did you wish it to bring it to a head? In private?
Yeah, well, I thought that might have been better, but I'm just afraid that...
Well, we've gone over that
Yes,
bridge now.
okay,
We are
well,
we are
yes,
we are in
yes.
foreign territory.
Yes.
So can you show me? Can you show me? I have not seen the whole video. You have seen the whole video.
I have seen the whole video.
And so in the video,
16 times.
Is there any information that clearly shows that this is me?
The green uniform?
I have no green uniform. So what about this green uniform?
I mean, we can change your clothes. It's not a
yeah, but what about the uniform?
If it were a tattoo, it'd be a lot easier, right?
What about the uniform shows that it's me?
Well, the name Zara, for one, yes?
Yes, my name is Zara. Yes.
Ishmael B. Zara.
Ishmael Beal Zara.
I believe that's how
Ishmael
okay.
Beal
All right,
Zara.
Let's take a look. Here the interrogator is introducing himself.
He said, Ishmael M. Zara. Ishmael Manuel Zara.
Yes.
That's not my name. My name is I.B. Zara. Ishmael Buell Zara.
Okay.
Ishmael, can I see that again?
By all means.
Ishmael M. Zara. Ishmael. My son's name is Ishmael Manuel Zara.
And how old is your son?
My son is 3.
Your son is 3 years old.
3 years old. Born 3 years ago.
Cassie.
Cassie, don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Yeah, we need you for the question and answers after. Please, please, please don't be upset about this. So, it's not my name. So you could say that I change my name in the future. And when is this taken?
It's your son's name.
It's my son's name. My son's name is Ishmael Manuel Zara. And if this video is from when? When was it taken?
That I do not know.
Well, let's take a look at it and see. We have to look at the whole thing. We don't have time for this. We Professor Fromgrust needs to be able to give his presentation too. But I think we will take a short break, and we will kind of try to figure out a compromise between the two of us of when we can kind of figure out the situation. I do agree, if that were me and you watching it, that it would look very damning for a person moderating a speculative entomologist.
It would certainly make me somewhat uncomfortable about being entirely open.
Oh, I well understand.
Regarding my opinions.
But again, my claim is
and
I don't know who this is.
Certainly encourage my colleagues until we've sorted this out to be quite careful what sort of information divulge to our moderator.
Well, we can see that Professor Fromgrust has just left. I mean, are you happy?
That's probably a good idea.
So do you think that he's...
I'm not particularly happy about any of this, to be quite frank.
Well, I think I'll have to make an executive decision, and we're going to end this session
I think I will make that
early,
decision.
But you can't leave.
I think I will.
You can't leave. You cannot leave.
Oh, is
you
that
must.
right?
We must figure this out because you have this
it's
data.
quite interesting.
You have this data that you
the
claim.
resemblance to the interrogator.
You claim.
It's quite distinct.
You claim, yes, of course.
The interrogator
but
was
you
rather...
look like fucking Matt Damon.
Sir?
You know?
Sir?
So if you run off, scurry away into your little hubby hole, and you take the data with you, then everyone here remains with this false assertion.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I need to see that video again. I need to see that video again. Sir! Check upstairs. Well, gosh. It seems like I kind of have to declare that this session is concluded. I was hoping that Professor Fromgust would return, but it seems like he's not going to do it. And I really had high hopes for this this conference session. I mean, all of the presenters are really, top interesting people. Their ideas are engaging, and I really hope to be able to share these ideas. And I had, I had really high hopes that this session would be quite illuminating on the three different topics that it engaged. But I'm afraid that I'm going to have to say that the section is over. We have to give the room.
You're a trusted friend of mine.
We have to give the room over to
Let's
the
go
next
back.
session.
Let's do it.
So,
I'm back.
Sorry.
Yes.
Professor Doc.
Yes. I have an announcement I would like to make. I did meet my dear friend Will, known to you as.
Oh, Professor Frungus, are you?
Sir, if I may. I met my good friend Will, trusted colleague and esteemed friend of mine for many, many years. And it is a tribute to his insight into exoskeletal vibrations that he can also read interskeletal vibrations, and in fact was waiting for me. Quite sure as how I'd react. However, he has convinced me that this information does need to be shared, and we need to get to the bottom of this. There's an imposter among us, here for nefarious reasons.
You've already ruined the conference, so if you want to make your statement,
do not think that I have ruined the conference.
Use this filibustering way to just get more attention for yourself.
Filibustering. Is this what this is?
So what do you want to tell us? What do you want to tell us?
I am willing to share the video with all of the members of this conference. And with you too.
Excellent.
Ah.
So let us see. Show us the video so we can all
Sir,
watch
if you would open your email, you'll find that I've already forwarded it to all conference members. You too may freely view this. Let us get to the bottom of this. Let us see who this imposter is among us. Here, obviously.
Good.
Disrupt.
Good. Yeah, so he has sent the video, which I presume is the same video that he showed me before. I will take him on that. I will take his word for that.
It is the same
and
video.
We will all see it ourselves.
Mentality, to achieve a more dividiated state, I'm happy to share it with all of you.
Okay, well then we'll watch it off.
Is it okay? Absolutely,
is it okay that we watch it from my phone?
It is imperative.
Do you feel I have somehow tampered with it in the moment of opening it? Forgive me for not extending so much trust for you. I mean, my degrees.
I'm not sure what I have done to earn your mistrust.
Let's leave off. Let's leave off of the confronting.
Let's watch the video, shall we?
In the spirit of transparency, let us set up the video. We'll set up right here on this
by all means.
Set it right up here, and then we'll play it. Can I proceed?
Cassie, Will, why don't you come on in close?
Yeah.
Let's get a good look.
Come on all over. You too. Audience in the back.
You can give up the act anytime, my friend.
Let's look at your...
Let's watch.
Let's watch. Let's just look. Did you see that, Dave?
I've seen this plenty of times.
Can you just not do that?
Fair enough.
Wow.
What the fuck? This is getting wild.
Yeah. You want to stop?
No way. Rewind to the start.
Okay. So, hello today. Thank you for coming to the interrogation. Oh, you're not in there yet. Maybe. Hello? Are you awake? Yeah. Just to let you know, I'm going to put you inside the interrogation tube. So please be good, okay? Here we go. Ready? Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Okay. Now I have a few questions that I want to ask you. But the first question is, do you mind if I record and videotape this? I don't hear any negative. Okay, so let me set that up quickly, and then we'll start. Okay, so I hope you're having a nice day. It's probably been very stressful for you. It would be stressful for me if I wasn't doing this job. And I hope that we can get along well, and we can both learn some interesting information about each other and about what you are up to. So let me plug this in, and this will also translate your clicks from your insect language into a human language, okay? And I understand that you can understand human language, which is very rare. I look forward to hearing about how. But I can't understand clicks. So I'm going to use my ear clip to understand your answers. Okay, so we won't need to translate back from English into insect. So first, can you hear me? Let me check the translation. So can we synchronize? Can you say something? Can you say, so for example, what should I call you?
I have different names for different relationships.
What should I call you?
You can call me Blue.
Just Blue?
Yes.
Okay, so I can understand that. Now can you tell me, how old are you?
I have knowledge of living as many different ages.
Oh. Okay, I think I can get the clicks translated quite quickly. So, and you seem to be able to understand me well. So let's begin the interrogation, shall we?
Yes.
So I have a number of questions that I hope to ask you. Let's see. And the first thing, the whole part of the reason why we captured you was because, from what we understand, you have traveled in time.
Yes.
Did you go back in time?
Yes.
Is that true?
I went back in time once I understood the past exists.
And then I've heard, I've done a lot of study with insect cultures, and I just wanted to check, is it true that beetles cannot lie?
Actually, insects cannot doubt. This results in beetles always telling the truth.
So now, can you tell me, how long were you in the past?
I realize I've always been then, knowing that time only can exist as presence. This moment of our meeting occurs as the lasting of the past.
But you, let me change my glasses. I can't see so well. Let me see my questions better. All these pockets on this uniform are so...
Your convenience sounds burdensome.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Interrogating Agent I am Zara. My first name is Ishmael. You can just call me Ishmael.
Nice to meet you,
let's return.
Ishmael.
Well, nice to meet you too, Mr. Beetle. I'm sorry, Blue. Let's see. First, how long were you in the past?
Time requires presence. Thus, the past saturates this moment of our present meeting.
Okay. And then you obviously returned from the past. So how long were you there and not here?
You mean how long was I then and not now?
Yes.
I am likely still then, and, obviously, I am with you now, however reluctantly.
Yeah, you're confusing me.
That is a problem you have. I don't need to share it for it to control you.
Huh. Why did you go to the past?
Why does the past come to the present? To give time a shape that makes sense. Your word zeitgeist means ghost of the time. Time makes its ghost and the ghost makes its time. I travel to the past to be time's ghost.
Huh. And were you successful?
We wouldn't be having this talk if I wasn't.
Why do you believe we are having this talk?
Insects don't believe. We only know and act on what we know.
So why are we having this talk?
Because you are afraid. You doubt your beliefs because I was successful in the past. You brought me here because you are afraid.
And how did you travel in time?
A time ship.
How does a time ship get to the past?
A gift.
A gift?
Yes.
What do you mean? A gift?
The gift finds the receiver in the past. I cannot find that time without the gift, because how could I remember a time before my existence?
What kind of gift is used?
One I can trust. That way I can follow it without any doubt. The gift finds the receiver in the past and I go along with the gift. So, then, I find the correct past.
Can you tell me, what is it like to live without doubt?
It is essential. Life cannot happen with doubt.
The human life is filled with doubt.
No, human thought imagines doubts. But human life, like all life, happens free of doubt. That is what I learned from studying humans. Doubt is a pretending. Imaginings layer what is undoubted, but never replace it. Humans live the undoubted, like everything else. But humans believe the imagined layers are real. That is your power and your weakness. That is why humans can imagine. That is what I learned from studying humans. It is, of course, very useful and very dangerous. It is a parasitic infection that is spreading.
What is? What is spreading?
Abstract thought, imagining, ideas, logic. It will destroy you. And, maybe, it will destroy us too. The war is because of it.
What war?
In the future, the war is happening now.
So you've traveled to the future also?
I am in the future now.
You mean you're from the future?
That too.
Why have you come to this time?
To have this talk.
This conversation will shape time?
It is, no doubt.
I'm that important?
No doubt.
Now, I'd like to ask you about your abilities with human language. When did you learn human language?
In the future.
How?
I let humans capture me. I learned human language from a subhuman who was taken prisoner.
How did you learn language from this subhuman?
We regularly met. She spoke the sounds of words. It was amazing.
And were you put in the same cell, or how did you have contact enough to
I could already read.
To learn?
The sound was the new
thing. So first you learned how to read, and then the subhuman...
Yes.
So you kind of, like Rosetta Stoned the language.
Yes. Writing created my imagination.
And this subhuman, what is a subhuman? Can you give me more information about that?
Subhumans are made during the war. Because so many humans die, they need subhumans.
By who? By who?
Humans. Humans grow subhumans. They are grown genetically.
And why? Why?
For specializing efficiencies and for conveniences, and for emotionless disposability.
And then how do they produce them?
You are they.
Okay, yeah, me, I should say we. How do we, in the future, produce them, we humans? How do we produce them, grow them, design them genetically in the future? You don't know. What do you do in the future?
I fight in the war.
Well, what do you do in the war?
I come to now.
And what is this war? Can you tell me more about this?
Everything living is fighting.
So all the species are fighting?
Yes, but when I left, the trees are winning.
And how long does the war go on?
The trees share an idea with us to fight against the humans. The war will go on until it is unimaginable.
And so in the future, they're vying for who should control the abstract vision of existence. Very interesting. And I have a question for you. When you were arrested, captured, you were found with something, and I have a question about what it is, but I forgot it in the other room, so please let me go get it. Hang on, take a break. So, Blue, when you were arrested, or when you were captured, however you want to call it,
Taken prisoner.
you were carrying this. Can you see it? You want to see it? Don't take it. Can you see it? So, what is this? What is this about?
That is my guide gift.
This is the gift you were carrying to come to this time? To a different time?
This gift guides me to its appropriate receiver in time. That way, I can conduct my appropriate missions.
Okay, well let's end it for now, and hopefully I will have a chance to speak with you again before you move on to the next stage of your processing.
Wow, this just gets more and more better.
More?
More.
I know that beetle.
Yes, I know you know
I've met that beetle
yes, I know.
many years ago.
Well, I see that. That's clear from the video.
No, not this is not me. But I know that beetle. That is Gabriel.
Uh-huh.
So I've met that beetle in my childhood. Yes, that is. I recognize the voice.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of metallic clicking, that is Gabriel.
I see.
You don't believe me? What the fuck? It's unbelievable. It's crazy. I have to sit down. Oh man. I know that beetle. I know that beetle. Just a minute. So when I was a boy, that beetle taught me things. The beetle taught me how to speak. I understand what he's saying. His name is Gabriel. When I was a child,
Gabriel.
he told me stories about why I had no father. And he told me that my father was 2 years younger than me. I remember the beetle so well, and so when I was very little, he would come to me sometimes and teach me things about insect culture, or about insect society and insect thinking, and he taught me how to speak the insect language.
This is all
And,
quite an elaborate explanation.
For all of my childhood. I mean, I don't even care if you believe me. Just
I'm
to
quite
see
impressed.
that Gabriel
Willard
is real. Because when I became maybe around, late elementary school, like 7, 8, 9 years old, I started to doubt and thinking that
as you would.
maybe it was just my imagination.
I've studied
And I
beetles for
couldn't-
quite some time,
I
and I
couldn't
have
let
never
it
heard
go.
anything
I mean,
quite like this.
that insect was so important to me. That's what brought me into this whole
well,
interest
these
of
are the
speculative
emotions
entomology.
that we can share with you, the interest in insects.
And when I was
certainly.
9, I was starting to
Quite
lose
certainly.
control of whether he was real or not. And so I got a tattoo. I got a tattoo that proves
Lord
I got a
Almighty.
tattoo of Gabriel when I was 9 years old, because that insect was so valuable
May
to
we see
me.
it, please, one more time?
I don't want your phone
I was
documenting.
just going to document. Well, I shared the video, did I not? Thank you.
Can everyone see this?
I'll send it to the
How
email group.
could I create this fantasy? So this means that Gabriel is real. I can understand what he says here without the translation machine. And then, is that my son? Does that mean that my son is interrogating beetles? But my son is 3 years old. So the video at the very beginning, did you see the date? Did you see the date at the very beginning of the video?
Perhaps a pill, sir.
The date says that the video was made, well, let's check it. Did you notice the date when you watched it? You said you watched it many times. Did you notice?
2074.
Exactly, 2074.
Mm-hmm.
So is this video from the future? Yes, it says 2074.
I'll have it.
Oh, can I have one?
Yes. Well, needs.
What is this?
It's good for you. May help you with these delusions.
Wow. All the best shit really is on YouTube. Sorry, my phone is dying, my battery's dying, so.
You know, you really look like those girls.
I know. It's so weird. It's so weird. And actually, can you keep a secret? My name is almost the same too. It's so similar. My real name is I.R. Dada. Ishmael Rod Dada. It's so weird.
Your relatives?
I don't know. But it's really freaking me out. This is so bizarre. Keep the secret, okay? Please. So weird.
So your name is a lie?
No. It's my alias.
Your alien name? Hey motherfucker, you gotta pay.
Check upstairs. Wakey, wakey.
Aw.
Earthy quakey.
What the fuck?
Where am I?
So, are we good?
Yeah, be good. Out here.
Okay, cool. Come on in. I got tickets for the show.
Cool.
This is live.
Lie. Okay.
She's not. She says it's not live. But look at her name tag. Hello, hello, Mr. Bluebug. Hello, hello, Mr. Bluebug. Hello, hello, Mr. Bluebug. Well, now, that was quite an interesting conversation that we had yesterday. Thank you very much for all the information that you gave. But I've been doing a little bit of research about you. I found some information that says that you're a little bit more dangerous than I thought before. So that changes the dynamic of our relationship. And also I was reading the transcripts from yesterday's interview, and I found that the translation, live translation, was a little bit different from the actual meaning of what you said. So you said that you learned English from a subhuman when you and the subhuman were captured by humans in the future. But the translation actually says that you captured the subhuman that you learned English from. So that makes you a much more dangerous and kind of uncontrollable insect. So I'm going to have to capture you and ship you to a more secure facility. So let's try to do this easier and without much incident, okay? So let's see. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Where are you gone? How did you get out? How did you get out of here? What the? Yeah? No, no, no. You're not in here. I didn't put you in here. No. Ah, crap. Shit. Little fucker, how did he get out? Ah, this can't be happening to me. Fuck. Ah, I can't read. Shit. Emergency signal alert system. Follow the protocols listed below. Open the signal box door. Fuck, what's that? Open triggering lock lid. Insert registered triggering key. What? What's the fucking registered triggering key? Fuck. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. Little fucking toothpick thing. Let's see. What? Red and yellow. Maybe this is the key. Let's see. Okay, insert registered triggering key with triggering key fully engaged. Depress signal trigger. Okay. Depress signal trigger signal menu. 1 time general alert. 2 fire toxic. 3 security breach. Probably that's it. 4 data breach. No. 5 armed response. Maybe. 6 evacuation request. Maybe security breach.
One weird bug climbed into the spider's web. When she saw it didn't break, she called another out to take the chance. 2 weird bugs climbed into the spider's web. When they saw it didn't break, they called some others out to take the chance. 4 weird bugs climbed into the spider's web. When they saw it didn't break, they called some others out to take the chance. 8 weird bugs climbed into the spider's web. When they saw it didn't break, they called some others out to take the chance. 16 weird bugs climbed into the spider's web. When they saw it didn't break, they called some others out to take the chance.
So let's check the tools. Oops. Sorry, did I scare you? I'm sorry. Did you wake? Pick up? Okay. So now these are just to kind of guide you in case you don't understand or it won't do what I ask. Okay? So see, that doesn't hurt. Does it hurt? Well, it kind of hurts. Okay. Well, we won't have to use these. You know, you won't have to use these if you're good. And then this one is a little softer, but it's kind of duller, kind of blunt. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something? Okay, yeah, I'll stop. Yeah. I wasn't playing around. I was just showing you the way that we can communicate with each other. And then this is another tool that might help you. Oh, did I break it? Well, I have to plug it in. Can't show you it if I don't plug it in. Oh, Lord. Yeah. See if it works now. Let's see. Ah, there we go. See? It's kind of this kind of sounds like click language, doesn't it? Can you understand this? Does it have a meaning? Can you understand it? Is it your dialect or? Huh. Let me listen. Let me adjust my translator and see. Huh. It kind of can translate it. Seems like, almost like, oh there, yeah, like lyrics to like a British pop song or something. Oh baby, I love you so, and when you let me go, I want to go crazy forever and eternity. Oh baby, when you pick me in, when you hold me in your arms, it's like a rowboat. Like a rowboat. Or maybe robot. It's like a robot. Never gonna let me go. Ooh. It's interesting. Huh. I didn't know that was possible. That could be enjoyable for a long time.